Well, the first thing is to reiterate the Torrey Ward. That game is going to be important for us. He's was the epitome of what UAB basketball is. A local kid, wonderful family, big-time player, and was involved with the game up until the time of the crash. So it is important for our team to play well and represent he and his family the best way we possibly can. The game will be a big-time challenge. Georgia State has a very talented roster, some high major transfers. They play a matchup zone defense that I think our ability to be efficient against that is going to be an important part of the game. And bottom line is our attitude has to be in the right spot, that we're willing and able to put the last two games behind us, learn from the mistakes we made, and try and take a step forward.
Coach, can you take anything positive out of that trip?
Yeah, I mean, we have more film to look at and improve upon. There were some things in the Virginia Tech game that I thought were positives. We didn't do a good job of taking the scouting report and applying it in the game. Now, Virginia Tech is big, strong, athletic. Their guards are able to get to the rim. We knew the free throw line would be a big deal, and the rebounds would be. And those were the two defining stats in the game. Offensively, I thought we improved in the Virginia Tech game. We were sharing the basketball more, making more instinctive plays, which was a big emphasis for us. But overall, it's we need to improve and then try and get better results as well.
I know you made some changes in the first game down there. Was that trying to sort of send a message maybe? And do you feel like that message was received?
Yeah, we're going to continue to try and tinker with things. We may change the lineup a little bit tomorrow as well. I really don't look at it, I don't think the team looks at it as, hey, we got 5 starters and then 5 guys that just kind of come in and help out a little bit. And we think we are playing 10 guys right now that all on given nights are playing at a high level. We haven't had the majority of the team playing well on the same nights, and we've tended to have 2 or 3 guys play good games, but 2 or 3 guys isn't going to be good enough. And for us to be able to play at a high level and do the things we're talking about, we need to have the majority of the team, the starters and the guys coming in off the bench, playing closer to their potential.
Coming into the season, obviously all the expectations because of last year. I mean, more pressure, people, you're not really catching anybody by surprise. Do you feel like that's played a part in it? Maybe the kids are putting too much pressure on themselves to live up to the expectations?
I think there's probably a lot of different factors going in right now. One is we've played some good teams. We've lost to 3 Power 5 teams that are very, very talented. While I do believe we do have some talent, that talent's going to be null and void unless we play extremely hard and are cohesive as a team. And those 2 things aren't where they need to be yet. And as those things improve, I think it'll help the talent, mesh together and play closer to our potential. So I do think teams, there is a target on our back. People have talked about that, and I think there's some truth to that. People are going to be excited to play us this year, and we're going to have to match enthusiasm, match energy levels every game we get out there.
Look at the minutes for the last game. You had, I think, 5 guys play 28, and you had a couple play less than 10. Was that just a case of those 5 guys were playing a lot better than, and maybe other ones weren't playing as well because the minutes weren't quite as even as they had been?
Yeah, I think last game it was a big case of that. I thought certain guys were playing at a higher level. Tosin rolled his ankle a couple times now and was limping and wasn't effective, so his minutes went down. That made HaHa and Chris's minutes certainly go up. I thought Nick was playing well, so he was getting more minutes. Hakeem, I thought, played well. RB was competing. So there were guys I thought were playing at a higher level, and then matchup-wise, I thought gave us the best opportunities. I think Tyler gave us some good minutes. And that'll be somewhat consistent throughout the year, but I also think we're going to start to, from a coaching staff and players and everybody, just getting more of a flow and a feel for game in, game out, a little bit more consistency like that. I don't know that the minutes will look exactly like what they were last game, but you probably see a little bit more of that.
You expect Tosin to play tomorrow?
I don't know for sure yet. I think we're treating him aggressively, and we'll figure it out tomorrow how he's looking.
How well did you know Torrey?
Fairly well. I would say I've had a half dozen conversations with him. Not in-depth conversations, but or a couple in-depth conversations, and then a lot of times out on the recruiting trail, more just hello. Couldn't have more respect for him and kind of what he stood for, and his level of respect nationally with coaches is very, very high. After the tragedy happened, you'd go to all the recruiting events, and there'd be an open seat in the recruiting right in the middle of all the coaches, and a sign that says seat for Torrey Ward and that kind of thing. So the level of respect amongst his peers was very, very high as well.
questions?
I guess when he died in that plane crash, how hard did it hit everybody? I guess maybe you, and even how hard did you think it hit guys in the coaching profession when that happened?
I think it hit everybody really hard, and it's one of our core values in the program right now is appreciation, and I try and talk to myself and everybody within our program that we always today appreciate what we have. We just lost 2 games and think everything's miserable, but still appreciate what we have. And when tragic events like that happen, you certainly appreciate everything, and it kind of puts in your face a little bit that, hey, value the things around you. It did send shockwaves through the basketball community and through our basketball family as well. And it's, with him too, it's not just an individual, it's his entire family. They're so close to UAB and such important members of the UAB community.
What do you guys have to improve on from the last couple games?
I think just coming out and being ready to go. It was the complete opposite turnout of what we wanted, and we just got to come more focused and ready and get a home win tomorrow night.
Remembering Torrey Ward tomorrow, did you know much about him? Did you know?
Not really. Just knew that he was Illinois State coach, played at UAB, the basics kind of.
I was asking Coach about all the expectations you guys had coming into the season. Do you feel like that is causing you guys to maybe press a little bit, just trying to live up to that?
I don't think we're trying to live up to it, but we just hit a little struggle one week and refocused and ready to go this week.
Can you take anything positive out of that trip you guys just came from? You lost 2, but is there anything you
Yeah, they were top conference teams. Good experience. They were all grind games. We had a lot of grind out games last year, and 2 of them we came up short this last week, and hopefully it's just experience for us down the road.
Is there 1 or 2 things you can kind of put your finger on that you guys need to get turned around, or is it just kind of a combination of things?
I think a lot of just a complete turnaround. Mainly physicality, just being more physical on both ends of the floor, rebounding, and just playing with an edge every time we step out on the court.
You guys look better offensively against Virginia Tech. Is that something that y'all are happy to see? Because it seemed like there was a struggle Friday night, kind of all year. So you guys feel better going into tomorrow after Virginia Tech?
Yeah, things started to flow against them. We were working 2-3 sides and getting easy shots. I think that moving the ball from side to side allowed us to get open and better shots than we have all year, and hopefully it'll just carry forward.
How do you feel about the way you personally shot the ball Saturday? You hit several 3-pointers.
Yeah, it's about time someone in. Felt good.
Does that help you going forward, do you think?
Yeah, and the whole time, coaches, players, teammates encouraging me, say don't worry about it. Didn't think about it too much, but felt good for something to go down.
Coach said Tosin had a little ankle injury. They're monitoring. How much, he didn't really say if he'd be able to play tomorrow or not, probably will, but how much more pressure does it put on maybe some of you guys to step up and play some minutes? You feel like you guys are pretty deep at that position?
I feel like we're pretty deep at that position, with Thomas, Lou, me, HaHa. We still, Tosin's a big help, but we still pretty deep in Tosin's position to where, anybody can step up and play.
Virginia Tech had a pretty good advantage of you guys on the rebounds on Saturday. What's kind of the emphasis there going forward, or did y'all watch film to see what could be corrected there or anything like that?
Just basically, more physical, stronger box outs, and hold on to the box outs. Once we hit our guys, we go and chase down the rebound.
What do you guys know about Georgia State tomorrow night, and what do you guys need to do well to come out with a win?
As of now, I quite don't really know. We'll go over the scouting report today before practice, and we'll get pretty comfortable with them, and we'll know what to do come tomorrow.